All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We are on the live stream, streaming some more Series 13 VGC battles. Um, so today, I decided to make a really cool team I'm so excited about. Again, never been done before, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And the team that I'm actually going to be using is going to be flying types. An all flying type team. All right, so here is what the team consists of. So let's check the summary real quick. Okay, so I have an Evolto. I'm actually going to run a different item. I'm running the Assault Vest because I do think that it will get some good special defense boosts. As I'm running it, and it has a lot of bulk. I maxed out the EVs on speed, so it should be able to take a lot of hits and also gain some speed control. And the attacks I'm using is Oblivion Wing, Snarl, Sucker Punch, and Dark Pulse. And another flying type, one of my favorites actually from the first generation, is a G Max Charizard. Real powerful. I mean, he is just a bully when he G Maxes. Running Blast Burn, Hurricane, Protect, and Scorching Sands. The item I'm going to use is a Life Orb. So hopefully I'm going to be able to set up the sun, to set up the weather so I can actually get the boost from Solar Power, the ability, because his special attack really goes high, but I will take some residual damage in a little bit as well. Next Pokemon, another flying type, is Celesteela. Has a really good ability. After each KO, it gets a Beast Boost. So because I invested a lot in special attack, I'm actually going to gain special attack boosts every time I get a KO. And the moves I got is Protect, Wide Guard, Flash Beam, Flash Cannon, and Meteor Beam. And of course, I'm going to put Protect on top in case of those turns that happen to time out. The item I'm running on this is a Power Herb. And what it does is it's like one of those moves that takes 2 turns to use to for the move to come out. So when you think of moves like Meteor Beam or Skull Bash or things that you would usually take 2 turns, the Power Herb actually activates, and then what happens is that the move comes out immediately instead of requiring that whole turn to charge. So it's a really powerful item. I do get a stat boost as well when I use the Meteor Beam because it boosts the special attack stat, and then it's going to attack that same turn. And then I'm using a Landorus. So Landorus, has the ability to intimidate to, lower the attack stats of opposing Pokemon that is on their side of the field. I'm running a Choice Scarf. So I really want to get that extra 50% speed boost that's out there. And the moves I'm running is Fly, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Bulldoze. And Bulldoze I like as a really tech because I'm using a whole bunch of flying types, but when I use Bulldoze, it hits everything around it, and it's not going to hit any of my Pokemon because, of course, all of my Pokemon are flying type, and they're all going to be in the air. So Bulldoze isn't really going to, isn't going to affect any of that. And I'm also running Earthquake for more damage as well. And then I'm also running a Tornadus. Now, Tornadus has a really good ability called Prankster, and that gives priority to any status move. So if I really want to get the speed control very early, I can always just use a Prankster Tailwind the very first turn, and then what that's going to do is it's going to double the speed of all of my Pokemon for 4 turns. That's really important. I'm also going to be running Protect as well, and Hurricane and Icy Wind. And Icy Wind is kind of like a Bulldoze, except it doesn't hit my Pokemon, it just hits both opposing Pokemon. So, and from time to time, you do have to watch out for the accuracy, because it could miss, even though it's pretty highly accurate, but it's not that 100 base. But it's a really good move. It could hit opposing Pokemon, and it could slow them down, and then whatever Pokemon I have next to me would more than likely outspeed them, and then I can get another attack out there. So it's a pretty good set. And finally, one of my favorite Pokemon ever created, Togekiss. Togekiss is it's a flying fairy type. It has a really good ability called Super Luck. So maybe my stats will decrease. And what happens is, sometimes you get lucky and you could really get those critical hits. And once those crits happen, then I could start, inflicting a lot more damage out there. And the item I'm running with it is a scope lens, which also boosts my critical hit ratio. So as I'm going for the attacks, more than likely I'm going to get those critical hits going. So listen, that is the team I'm going to be using today. And I guess, as a question, like, if there's any flying types that, that you could think about, or, maybe there are, specific, again, there's a specific type that you like, please let me know, put it in the chat. I would love to build a team around that type and see if it's, viable for competitive play. So with that said, I'm going to jump straight into the matches. Today I'm actually going to be playing a little bit of casual, um, just to see a different variety of Pokemon that's out there. Might not be a whole bunch of legendaries, but we may see just kind of like meme teams and things like that. But it's really good to kind of get a variety that's out there. So let's jump into double battles. And again, listen, if you're on, blow up the chat, man. I love, to hear from you guys. And again, follow me, subscribe, to the channel. And yeah, at this point, listen, let us get into these matches. One of my favorite types is the flying type. I would say that my favorite type, personally, is actually fairies. It's a very good attack oriented type. It gets very aggressive. And back in the day, dragons was like the most powerful typing in the game. They had like minimal weaknesses. It was literally just weak. It was only weak to other opposing dragons, as well as ice. And now that they added the fairy type, that becomes super effective against against those dragon types as well. So and fairy, it has some weaknesses as well. It's weak to poison, it's weak to steel. But it's a really overpowered type. Like when you think of the hard legendaries in the game that's really strong, you think of Zacian. That's like probably one of the best, if not top three, if not the best, legendary that's ever been created, that's ever been made in the game. Even Majarna, especially for this format where they're including mythicals. That one, I mean, once you see it start snowball, it starts getting those special attack boosts, when Pokemon faints every turn. I mean, you just get to see how, strong that Pokemon could be as well. Even Togekiss. Togekiss, in the very early stages of Sword and Shield when, it first came out and they didn't have legendary, Togekiss was a really powerful Pokemon. It had redirection by use of Follow Me. And then, of course, you had a very aggressive build where, you could use those scope lenses, you could use the effect of, the Super Luck, you could hit for max attacks, you could get powerful crits, getting speed control. So, these things, it tends to happen a lot. So here we go. I mean, listen, we have a match. I see a Cinderace, a Meowstic, a Whimsicott, a Venusaur, Tapu Fini, and a Calyrex Shadow. So they have a lot of ways of gaining speed control. I do have to watch out they do have double prankster mons. So I really do like Yveltal as a lead. Celesteela is really not that bad as well. Charizard is really great. The only thing is I do have to watch out for that Tapu Fini. So I think I'll lead Yveltal Celesteela. I'm gonna bring Landorus to kind of pivot the Cinderace in case it wants to, start maybe maxing, and to get some type of speed control or redirection, I could choose Tornadus to Togekiss. I'm leaning towards the Togekiss though, so I think I'll do that. Wait, so listen, let's see how this match goes. I wonder what he's gonna lead. Alright, so he leads Meowstic and Cinderace. Okay. Alright, so there's the Dark Aura, so that will take the stat boost. Now Cinderace is usually a attacker. It's physical attacker. So I think I can Dark Pulse or I can Snarl. I think what I'll do is I'm actually going to max Airstream into the Meowstic, and I think I'll switch in my Landorus. Yeah, I think that's the right move. The issue with Celesteela is that, once it does take a fire attack, it's gonna hurt a lot, and the Intimidate is gonna help with the bringing the Cinderace down. Okay, so there's the max. Alright, so it looks like he's not gonna max the Cinderace, because I believe the Cinderace does outspeed the Yveltal. So here we go. And I expect a fake out. Oh wow, he just scooped. Okay. I guess we see what happens. Alright, so there's the Pyro Ball. He was actually a Life Orb Cinderace. The Airstream comes out. It's the Meowstic. It's pretty bulky. I wonder what his Meowstic is gonna do. And oh, Charge Beam. Okay. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's one of those things that maybe he just didn't really have, he wasn't in a great spot, and he just decided to scoop. Those things happen. It's not really in my control, but it looks like I would have gained speed control. And it looks like it would have really pinned him down in the long run. So listen, take those wins. Alright, this team is really unique. We see another Cinderace, which is, rather interesting. There's also a Sirfetch'd. Okay. Okay, I think that I do like the same lead again, actually. I do have to watch out for the Duraludon. Okay. Let's lead Landorus. And you could lead Landorus and Togekiss? No. Yeah, I kind of like Landorus Charizard here. Or actually, no, you know what? I think I'm going to lead Charizard Togekiss. Bring in Landorus in the back. And Yveltal, not that great. Yeah. Thingy Bolto is actually okay. So yeah, guess I'll play with that. Alright, so let's see what we got. Luca and Genesol. Okay. Some pretty cool nicknames. Okay. Well, I do have to watch out for him potentially maxing. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna actually, yeah, I think I'll Airstream. So I do want to establish speed control. I'm gonna weaken, I do want to weaken the Cinderace. And then I could just follow me. Yeah, I think I'll just follow me. So let's see if he maxes. It doesn't look like he's maxing. Again, Cinderace is a really fast mon. He does outspeed my Charizard. So we got big Charizard on the field. And again, if it was Sun, if there was Sun out, then oh, he actually is maxing. I wonder if it's the Cramorant he's maxing. Yeah, it might be the Cramorant. I don't think it's the Cinderace. Okay. Okay. So there's the follow me. And whatever hits I take is going to be redirected into the oh well, there goes Cinderace. It's going to be redirected into the Togekiss. So you get a double speed boost. Okay, Cinderace goes down. And whether he's bulky or not, it's probably because of the Life Orb damage. But there's the Geyser. Okay, so Geyser's going to go into the Togekiss. I should be able to eat it. Yeah, Togekiss is really bulky. I invested a lot of HP EVs in them, so I think I'll be able to take care of that. Maiden. Okay, so he has the lowest skill up. Alright, so what I'll do is I'm actually going to Quake into the Duraludon, and I could follow me again. I'll take out the Togekiss though because it's going to be under range. So if I think about it, I could bring in Yveltal. Yveltal should be able to let it hit. I think I'll actually yeah, I'm gonna actually just follow me. I could follow the Togekiss at this point. Yeah, so there's the follow me. If it happens to go down to another Geyser, then that's fine. I mean, I can live with that. Now with the Max Quake, the special defense boost is really gonna help. Yeah, Duraludon is gonna go down. Super effective, plus some Life Orb. And I'll get a Spadef boost. So that's really gonna help me in the long run. It'll be a good trade-off with the Cramorant. Alright, so there's the Geyser. It's gonna go into the Togekiss. I should be able to live it. That's why, you know, the special defense boost is so important. So essentially, it's almost like he's wasting his max turns. Because he's not really gaining the advantage. I'm knocking out a Pokemon every turn. And now he's gonna see my item because of the Frisk ability. Alright, so I'm gonna Wildfire at this point, and I'm just gonna follow me again. Alright, so there's the follow me. And this just goes to show how powerful redirection is. There's the wildfire. It's going to go into their mon, and it goes down. Okay, takes care of that, and then there's the airstream. So now he's going to try to reestablish some speed control. But remember, I airstream once already, so he'll get a speed boost, and I'm already +1 as well. So Charizard should still outspeed. All right, and at this point, I could bring in the Yveltal. I'm going to just start using the Snarl to start weakening his attacks, and should be able to get the win. Alright, so max turns are over. Alright, so I think, Charizard did do its job. Alright, so at this point, I could easily just protect the Charizard and just pop in a Snarl. So there's the protect. And Snarl should hit. There we go. And now his special attack is going to go down. So now his water moves should not hurt as much. So there's the Surf. I got the protect on the Charizard. And Yveltal should be able to take a whole bunch of hits. Oh yeah, so Cramorant's effect is that when he uses a move like Surf, he gets a Pikachu in the mouth. And then what happens is, once I hit it with something, the Pikachu will inflict damage onto the Mon that did hit him. Now that Rain is set, I could actually use the Hurricane, and the Hurricane is actually going to, it should be able to knock it out, especially because I have the Life Orb. And it's not going to miss, because the mechanic is that when you use Hurricane and Rain, it's 100% accurate. So at this point, I could just Oblivion Wing and Hurricane, but looks like he had scooped. Alright, so listen, let's go back into some more casual. Alright, so we'll play some more double battles. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so listen, we got 2 wins already. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Jeff. I mean, listen, we got 2 wins already, and this is an all flying type team. Yeah, it's 100% accurate. Alright, so this is a pretty bulky legendary team. I mean, they have Lunala, Zacian, Pheromosa, really good, very fast Pokemon. They have the Yveltal, a Groudon, and a Magearna. So Celesteela is really good here. What I'll probably do is I'm gonna bring in Charizard, Celesteela, Landorus, and Yveltal. But the question is, what is the lead here? I definitely want to lead Celesteela. That's a very good lead against this team. I'm not sure if he will bring in Groudon, but I do like Landorus as well. I think that's a really good lead here, so I'm going to bring in that. Although I do have to watch out for the Lunala, because it does run Wide Guard. I wouldn't really say the Golden State Warriors, but bring Charizard and Yveltal on the back. I mean, right now it's pretty good. I mean, we've gone 2 for 2 already. And, granted, we've gone against some mean teams, we played against, Cinderace twice. We had 2 scoops, unfortunately, but you never know. Let's see how this goes. So he's gonna lead Magearna and Pheromosa. Okay. So I do like my lead here. Celesteela and Lando. So what I do have to watch out for is the speed swap that Pheromosa has. But one thing is that it's actually not going to it's not going to speed into, it's not gonna outspeed. So, because I have a Scarf. Alright, I think it's safe to Steel Spike into the Majarna. And I can easily just Earthquake. Now the only thing is that I really want to, I really have to watch out for the switch in for the Yveltal. So it's pretty risky, but I think I still like this play. So let's go with that. Alright. So there is the max. So Majarna, okay. Alright, and there's the max into the Stellar Steel. Big steel power. Alright, so hopefully we can get some Beast Boost procs as well. Let's see how this goes. So Lando, he's gonna miss my Cell Stealer because of course it's a blind type. And listen, we got good damage out of that. And there's a speed swap. Okay, so got the speed swap. So he's going to outspeed, and he has Hailstorm actually. Whoa. That might KO the Lando. Wow, Hailstorm. I've never seen a Majarna use Ice Beam. So if it's not Ice Beam, it's probably Blizzard. And he's going to get the stat boost. So I do have to watch out for that. That could be very problematic. Wow, an ice move. That's so interesting. So he set the hill. I think at this point I could just bring in Charizard. To kind of pin down. Yeah, I think I'll bring in Charizard to pin down the Majarna. Alright, so I'll still spike again into the Majarna. That'd actually be a good play. And then I can Blast Burn or Scorching Sands. I think I'll Scorching Sands into the Majarna. Okay, because at this point, the Pheromosa is pretty much done. I can get a free KO off of that, but I don't want the Majarna to get those stat boosts, because that could be really problematic. So I predict that he's probably going to switch out the Pheromosa. And he'll probably protect with the Majarna, which is fine. I'll live with that. But I do have to I have to get the Majarna off the board. Alright, so there's the Max Lightning. Okay, and Charizard is probably going to KO. Alright, that's fine. That's the power of Majarna. I mean, once he starts snowballing, I mean, this is one of the best legendaries in the game. Alright, so he gets the Soul Heart boost. Taunt. Okay. Steel Spike. Yeah, that was a good play. And there's Yveltal. So I wonder if he has to have a lot of defense, boost. And because of taunt, I can't guard either, so Cell Steel is more than likely going to go down to a Max Lightning. And that's pretty unfortunate. Um, then I'll just try to snarl out the Majarna as well. There's the lightning. Yeah, that's the KO. Yeah, Majarna's big busted. So, I mean, listen, he played that very well. You know, the speed swap. Pheromosa, one thing about Pheromosa is that it's a really fast mon. It's one of the top five fastest mons in the game. Yeah, not very effective. So, yeah, he'll get the Spadef drop, but not gonna do much. There's a taunt. Yeah, and the Pheromosa, I mean, it's a really good support mon as well. Yeah, so it looks like he's gonna take this one. I'm just curious to know like if he's running Dazzling Gleam or if he's running Floor Cannon. So it'll be good to just you know, even though I take the loss, it's good to see like, you know, what moves, you know, people are running. Alright, so he has Thunderbolt, right? That could have easily been Thunder, could have been a different move. And wow, the Volto actually lived. I missed another Snarl. You know, sometimes, you know, you just don't get lucky. So there's the special attack fall, and then the Volto's gonna go down to one. Alright, so listen, well played. You know, I did mention in the beginning that I did have to watch out for the speed swap because I knew that he was going to gain the speed advantage. Once it got that, and then you saw that the Majarna start, you know, snowballing and keep gaining special attack. That's what happens. You know, I run the same Pokemon, you know, on my main team, and it's really strong. It's really powerful. So, you know, that was expected. I mean, he played really, really well. So, see if we could jump to another one. I mean, maybe we have a better matchup. You know, we do have to look out for that first turn speed control as well. I mean, you know, my team, I mean, there's ways of getting it. I mean, I could, you know, always max Airstream. I can gain it like that. I can always redirect using Togekiss to gain that speed advantage as well. You know, I'm running a Scarf, you know, Landorus, which was why I was able to outspeed the Majarna the very first turn. But after it took the KO from, you know, from the max ice move, then I pretty much lost the speed control then, and then he was able to snowball. Right, so this is a very old school team he's playing with on this team. There's a Dragapult, a Tyranitar, Metagross. Wow, I mean, he's just running like Gardevoir, Inteleon. Wow. Really good team, very, you know, very mixed. A lot of different typings. Oh, and I guess he just decided to quit. That's the thing about casual battles. I mean, sometimes it's hard to, you know, to get a match on casual, which is why I kind of don't play it a lot. I do use it kind of like as a warm up from time to time. Just to kind of like, you know, get the feel for a game, you know, see what, you know, maybe someone is running and things like that. But, yeah. So we have another team with all legendaries. We have, what, one or two mythicals? We have two mythicals. So he has the dogs, he has Zacian, Zamazenta, he has the Kyogre, the Volto, a Mew, and a Celebi. So I definitely like I like the Volto and the Celesteela as a lead. To gain speed control, I'm gonna need the Thundurus, I think. Even though it's not the greatest of matchups. And I do have to watch out for that Mew as well. Even though he Volto pivots, is a good lead against it. The thing about Mew is that it's very unorthodox. I mean, you could run a support Mew, you could run a Life Orb Mew that just hits like a truck. I mean, you could do so many things. In a video that I did not so long ago, I actually used a Mew that had a tech with Imprison and Transform, and with that combo, I was able to actually shut down what the opponent had, and, you know, force them to struggle. So That's something that I really do have to watch out for. So I think I'm gonna bring in Landorus and Thundurus in the back, and we'll see how it goes. So this is all flying type. Not the ideal squad that you would normally run, but you never know. I mean, these types of mons are, it's playable, but you do see the disadvantages sometimes. Once you run up against an ice type or an electric type, I mean, those typings, really hurt, these flying types that I have. So, all right, so he leaves Mew and Yveltal. Alright, so it looks like my Yveltal is faster, and how do I know that? So I know that because my effect actually triggers first. So that usually means that it looks like that I'm going to outspeed his Yveltal. So I think what I'll do here is, because I know that the Mew cannot switch into a dark type, I'm actually just going to max. Let's see what I have in the back. In the back I have Landorus and Tornadus. So I think I might just want to max Darkness into the Mew. And I could try a Meteor Beam into the Yveltal. Let's try that. Hopefully he doesn't miss. Okay, so there's the max. He may be maxing his Yveltal as well. Hopefully it's not like a weakness policy one. We'll see. I wouldn't say the guy, I'm not sure if you're talking about the last match, but I don't think the guy was really cheating. I mean, he played his hand really well. Just one of those things, like, his combo, came out. Alright, so there's the Imprison. So it looks like he's going to try to Imprison. Alright, so there's the Max Darkness. This should get the KO. Yeah. Super effective. Yveltal's like big busted, big broken. And its Spadef fall is very, very crucial as well. There's a Snarl. So Snarl's going to hit. Snarl's still going to get the special attack goes down, which is fine. But with Meteor Beam, it's actually going to go right back up. Because I get the special attack boost, and then I'm going to actually hit it with a Meteor Beam. That's if it doesn't miss. Alright, so the Power Herb is going to proc, and Meteor Beam is going to hit. So now this is only going to be some neutral damage, but I mean, I'll take it. That's good damage on Yveltal. I'll take that. So at this point, because I outspeed, I'm gonna still try to gain some speed control. There's Zacian. Alright, so at this point I can gain speed control, or what I'll do is I'm actually going to take out the Yveltal. I'm actually going to consider that. Let me think about this. Okay, so I have options. The thing about Zacian is that it hits really hard. Yveltal should be able to live a hit because I do have some HP invested in it, but I don't think it's worth. I think Yveltal is very valuable, and I think I do want to save it. So, and I don't have Protect on Yveltal, so I think the best play for me is to actually take it out, bring in Landorus to lower the attack, and then Flash Cannon into the Yveltal. So even though I got one turn of max, and now I can't, max again, I mean, I think it's a fair trade-off because that Landorus is very important. And I'm going to potentially outspeed the Zacian as well, because Zacian can be very problematic. Alright, so the Intimidate pops off, the attack is going to go down. There's the Yveltal, that attack also goes down, and then he uses Play Rough. Alright, so the Lando, yeah, it's going to live that. There's a Snarl. Big bulky. I'll take that. Alright, so special attack goes down. There's the flash cannon. Perfect. Alright, so now because he's snarled, what I'll do is I'm actually going to bulldoze. Or should I just earthquake? Earthquake, Earthquake is actually not a bad move here. So I'm actually going to Earthquake here and then pop a Wide Guard. Because the Snarl is going to get blocked by the Wide Guard, so it's not going to knock out the Landorus. Alright, so there's Zacian, it goes out. And then he's going to bring in, looks like, a Kyogre. So I'll get some good damage onto Kyogre, which is really going to help me in the long run. There's the Wide Guard. And then, oh, you Sucker Punch. Such a good move. Alright, so knocks out the Landorus with that. Alright, so now that Steela is out, I can bring in the Voltol. He's definitely going to max the Kyogre. The Voltol's at essentially at max health. He might be bested as well. So I think I could just bring in Tornadus to establish speed control. I think that's going to be important for me in the long run. So Tornadus is probably going to go down to an attack, which I'm okay with. But I really do need the Tailwind. He's definitely going to see the Wide Guard. I mean, he'll be such a pro if he does not max. Well, yeah, I just revealed the Wide Guard, so he's definitely going to max the Kyogre this time. And I'll see if I can get the Voltol. And if he doesn't max, then he's amazing. Alright, so he switches in the Zacian, which is the right play. It's a very good move. And he should be maxing the Kyogre. Trippet Sword's gonna get the attack boost, and then here's the max. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I mean, that is the right play. And he's gonna probably single target into the Thundurus probably. Or if it's not the Thundurus, then he'll probably just try to knock out the Celesteela. So there's the Tailwind. So I'm going to gain the speed advantage. And there's Flash Cannon to the Zacian, so it's not that bad. Oh, so yeah, he does have Lightning. Alright, so those two should be able to go down. Unfortunate. And he's going to set Electric Terrain, so that's actually going to power up the terrain as well. And he's Life Orb. Wow. Alright, so what we could do at this point is bring in Voltol. And he does have Play Rough though on the Zacian, so yeah, the fact that Landorus went down, yeah, it does hurt a lot. I guess at this point, all I can really do is I can Hurricane into the Zacian, hopefully get a Confuse, and or actually, yeah, I still need Voltol Life, so I need to Confuse the Zacian. And at this point, I could just keep snarling the Kyogre, start weakening it a little bit. Hopefully, Snarl doesn't miss. So there's the Hurricane. Do I get a Confusion? I need it. Oh, we got a Confusion. Hey, listen, you never know. Sometimes you gotta play to your routes. And there's the Snarl. That's going to take a little bit of damage off as well, but lowering the Kyogre special attack is very crucial as well. So Zacian is going to attack first. Let's see if it attacks itself. Nope, not that lucky. And he actually hits the player off, which is going to get the KO. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, listen, this is how you place your out. So there's the lightning. It's going to pop the focus time. And again, he's life orb. So again, listen, I'm just going to play to my outs. Hurricane into the Kyogre. Hurricane's not going to miss, but you know, maybe I'll be able to get a... Nope. Well, he's confused, and he still gets to hit off the being misplayed. Alright, so listen, he got the win. He played everything right. I'm not sure if there was anything I could have done differently in that case, but it looks like yeah, that's the thing about flying types. I mean, you know, you run into, you know, into thunders, into ice moves, and you know, you then see how weak you know, flying types you know, actually are. But I mean, listen, you know, we were able to get 2 wins off of it. You know, I was actually able to, you know, enjoy that part of it. And before I stop the stream, I'm actually going to make one quick change to my main team. So instead of running a Kyogre, because the thing is that I do have a Palkia in the back as well on this team. I was thinking about switching out the Kyogre for a different Pokemon. So I actually wanted to try to use a Zacian as well, just to get an actual physical attacker in there, because all of these Pokemon that I'm using essentially is special attackers, and I kind of just wanted like one, you know, physical, you know, attacker that, you know, hits really hard. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's also weak to ground type moves, but I mean, the Zacian, you know, that's waiting in the back after I, you know, use like a Trick Room, after I kind of like lose that speed control, I could bring in the Zacian and just sweep everything else that's kind of like lingering in the back. So I'm gonna make that change now. So I have I think this is the Zacian I wanted to use. I need one that had a bit of bulk. Well, no, okay, so this one has, this is the max speed Zacian. I think this is the one that has the bulk on it. It's kind of like bulky Pokemon. Yeah, this has some HP invested, some defense invested as well, and it does have some speed. So it's not, you know, just relatively slow. It's not gonna, you know, really get undersped by, you know, every single thing. But you know, when I do have the Trick Room option, what happens is, let's say I'm going up against another Zacian on their side, and their Zacian is probably, you know, max speed, then I'm actually going to underspeed them, and in the Trick Room, that actually is going to help me out a lot. So this is the Zacian I'm actually going to run. And then with that said, I'm going to jump into some ranked battles with this team and see how it does. So you know, for those who were on the stream yesterday, I mean, we had a great time on Master Ball rank. You know, we got some wins, you know, with this team that, that I'm really proud of building. It's been showing me a lot of success in the past, and I just can't wait to, you know, see how we do today. All right, so we're good with the all flying types, and now we're gonna jump into some ranked matches. Doubles Series 13 VGC with the team. And as you can see in ranked, there's a lot of people on ranked, so it's so quick that you could just jump into a match and see what they're running. Alright, so he has a Groudon, a Whimsicott, a Duraludon. No, not Duraludon. That's Darmanitan. Wow, I haven't seen that in a while. Kyogre, a Majarna, and of course a Gastrodon. So Okay, so Palkia is really okay here. Of course, I do have to watch out for Darmajorn as well as a counter. But the Amoonguss is really good on the Trick Room. It looks like I could penalize their Pokemon except for the Whimsicott. So I do have to watch out for the Encore. But Liepard is a very great lead here. So Liepard and I'm going to go Palkia here. I just don't want to run into that Masharna. That Masharna is going to be really problematic. I think I'll just bring mine. Have Palkia just in case. And of course the Amoonguss. So what I do have to watch out for is his Whimsicott as well as lead. Because that could potentially, knock out my, like fake out Trick Room combo, or it could even, knock my, alright, Darmanitan Groudon. Okay, so that's a very good lead for me then. So he can't stop my copycat Trick Room. And that's what I'll do. So there's the copycat. I'm going to max guard and set the Trick Room. Don't think you could stop that. Now, the thing is that now that I will establish speed control, I do still have to watch out for that Groudon, because it would be very problematic. Alright, so there's the Darmanitan. It's going to come out. Going to bring in the Kyogre. Okay. And he's going to max the Groudon. Okay, that makes sense. Very good max. I think if I was him, I would probably max into the... I would probably max into the Liepard slot just to get a special defense boost. Because that will help him in the long run. I mean, the thing about him, the early special defense boost is really going to help him a lot. So we got the big Max Majarna as well. Love the Pokeball design. Really, really cool. Alright, so I'm going to max guard. And then I'm going to run the copycat. So there's the Trick Room. So we'll take that. And there's the Max Quake. And then we're going to block it. Okay, so that's good. I'm actually going to try to fake Tears into the Kyogre and see if I can get a KO on it with a... No, can't do that. Groudon Quake. Could it be that he's vested, or is he going to protect the Groudon this time? Alright, I think I should just fake Tears into Groudon and go for a Steel Spike. If he protects the Groudon, then, I mean, he's probably going to just win the game. Alright, but he doesn't protect, so that helps a lot. There's the fake Tears. I'm going to get a Steel Spike in. It'll probably take about half. This is fine. So I get a defense boost. There's the Quake into the Majarna. So that's going to hit super effectively. So much damage. So much damage. Kyogre gets the death boost. Groudon gets one too. I get the policy, but I mean the issue that I have now is that the spout is going to happen. Oh, we origin it. And almost got a double KO. Now, one interesting thing is that I have to move Copycat. And remember, Copycat always copies the last move that was used. So, I can essentially Copycat the Origin Pulse. I can max guard. So that'll protect my Majarna for a turn. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Because I think he's going to protect one of his Pokemon. I'm not sure. I mean, he might. I protect mine. And there's the Copycat. Oh, I protected! No! Oh, what a misplay. I reversed the Trick Room. That's such a bad move. Ah, that was so bad. So bad. Ah. Oh, man. That was such a bad misplay. Alright. I think I could just Amoonguss at this point. Wow. Wow. Such a bad misplay. That actually is going to cost me a game because he regains speed control. Kyogre is in the back with an Origin Pulse. At this point, I could try this 4. Probably onto the Groudon. Ah, yeah. Majarna is definitely going to go down. Now, is it worth saving the Majarna is the question. No, I think it is. I'm going to change out the Palkia. At this point, I mean, to father the Majarna, I mean, probably not worth it. Because then I'll just be down to 2 months. Palkia should be able to live anything. So it looks like he's either going to Spout or he's going to Origin Pulse again. Alright, so that means that he's Scarf. So I should be able to live it. Okay. And there's the P-Blade. Okay. So there's a 4. Okay. And the thing is that now, because he's Scarf, the Origin Pulse is not going to kill the Palkia. So, I can protect the Amoonguss, and I could Trick Room. I could Trick Room safely here. Palkia should be able to live it. Should be able to live the Origin Pulse. Kyogre might switch out, or Groudon might switch out. I'm not too sure. But there's a Protect. There's the Origin Pulse. So Amoonguss blocks it, and Palkia should be able to live it. Yeah. Groudon has to flip this turn, and then I get the Trick Room up. So I was actually able to reestablish Trick Room, which is so helpful. And then his rain does stop. So I think he's going to switch out the Kyogre. And I did get the leftover stick as well. Now the issue is that all of my Pokemon are pretty weak. I do need Groudon to stay asleep for a turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Spore into the Kyogre spot. Let's see what he has in the back. He has a Darmanitan. And it's possible that he might have the Majarna in the back as well. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to Spore into the Kyogre. And I'm going to brine the Groudon. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Yeah, so that's going to switch out into probably Darmanitan. That's the right play. Alright, so this is going to Darmanitan. Hopefully Groudon stays asleep again. That will help a lot, but if he doesn't, then he'll wake up and he'll probably hit me with a P-Play. Alright, good. So we got the sleep. So much value. Alright, so there's the brine. And we'll get the KO on the Groudon. Listen, sometimes you gotta play to your outs. You gotta play to your outs. Even after a misplay, like that bad one I just had, you never know. You can always, change the game around. You never know what can happen. Alright, so there's the leftover stick. And again, I'm under Trick Room, so I'm going to be outspeeding everything. Darmanitan's in Snow's Land, and let's see if he brings back in the Kyogre. There's the Majarna. Ooh-wee. Okay. Alright, so unfortunately I have to spore the Majarna. Yeah, I have to spore the Majarna. And Earth Power into Rocket Spatial Ren is Darmanitan. Darmanitan is not that strong. And a Spatial Ren should be able to get a KO onto it. Don't know how much bulk it has. But let's find out. And listen, if we get a crit, that'll be really great. And so there's the Spore. Hopefully he's not Lumberry. Okay, so Majarna takes a sleep turn. And the Spatial Ren is gonna hit. Hopefully I get a crit. Let's see. Ah, so close. But Darmanitan is still asleep. And that's really good for us. Really good for us. Alright, so at this point, Palkia is going to get another leftover stick. And at this point, I think I should just Pollen Puff into the Palkia. And I'm actually going to I think it's fair to just Spatial Rend into the Darmanitan. But before I do that, let me see how many turns of Trick Room I have. I have 2 more turns of Trick Room. Now again, once these, once the mons wake up, I'm doing nothing else I can do about that. Actually, let's Earth Power into the Majarna. Let's do that. Alright, so let's Pollen Puff. Gain some more life points. Life points. Sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh! HP. Majarna woke up and he got the floor cannon. Yeah, so probably gonna get the KO with Palkia. Full Heart Boost. And it looks like Darmanitan will probably wake up. We still have to play, so listen again, we still have outs. Bring in Majarna. My goodness. He does have a Kyogre in the back. I think at this point I should just Dazzling Gleam. That'll give me a KO. Yeah, the issue is that I don't really have anything against that Kyogre. Yeah, I have nothing against Kyogre, so he's in a pretty good spot regardless. Alright, so for the Majarna, we'll have to fall asleep. I'm just going to stay asleep for a turn. And there's Dazzling Gleam, so get some damage on the Majarna, which is, which is helpful. So I'll take that. So now we both get Soul Heart boosts, unfortunately, but I do get mine as well, so that will help a little bit, depending on what he does next. And quick land. All right, so now Kyogre comes out, and that misplay really hurt a lot. There's a Drizzle. The Spout at this point should probably KO the Amoonguss. Yeah, I mean that's my only out. It's a Spout and to Dazzling Wing at this point. But yeah, that Spout, man, that copycat Trick Room play really hurt a lot. So yeah, I mean you can see how sometimes your own moves could backfire. I mean that's like a prime example. But I mean, listen, I was actually able to come back a little bit. So the Ice Beam gonna probably KO the Amoonguss. Yeah, that's the right play. Now I get the Full Heart boost as well. Now by outspeed, I mean, listen, crit, you could. Alright, so he's asleep. And then I'm gonna get his Dazzling Wing. It's good damage. It's okay damage. Fortunately, Kyogre still outspeed, and the Ice Beam should be able to take him out. So, very well played. I mean, unfortunately, I did make a really bad call, and that is what's gonna cause the loss. And there's the Ice Beam. Yeah. So I mean, listen, he played that well. Played that pretty good. Such a bad play on my part. I think I have time for one more game, so let's jump into one more match. See how we do in that one. I'm gonna try to bring in Zacian, because I really do want to see, how well, just to see if there's some type of synergy with this team. Be pretty great to see if I can really get it out there. Maybe even if I don't run the Trick Room option, even though it's very strong under Trick Room. But there's also other plays. I mean, I could get some Snarl control. I can just bring out some Beat Sticks. A team like this, I would actually thrive under Trick Room. Fortunately, I really want to bring in Zacian, even though it's a really bad matchup. They have the Kyogre that outspeeds it if it's Scarf. They have the... Oh my god. They have everything that, could be very problematic to Zacian. Man. Probably establish the fake out pressure. The life hard for the Amoonguss, maybe some redirection. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna lead Amoonguss. I'm gonna do that. Let me think about this. Palkia is really good here, so I'm definitely gonna run Palkia, but probably in the back. I want to see if he's gonna max early. So let's lead Amoonguss, Zacian, Palkia, and Yveltal. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. I think the Amoonguss is probably, again, I do have to kind of watch out for Calyrex, because I think what it'll try to do is going to try to imprison or stop the Trick Room. But, you see, what I should have done is bought a Trick Room out to make him think I'm going to bring it out. But, okay, so now he's just going straight after me, so... Alright, so if I was him, I would probably He's probably gonna Tailwind, which is fine. But I'm just gonna Spore anyways. Spore into the Kyogre. That's the right move. I think he's gonna read into the Protect. So I'm going to weaken, or attempt to weaken the Kyogre with the Play Rough. The Voltron in the back should be okay with Thundurus in case it has like a taunt or something, which is something I also have to watch out for. Well, because it has taunt, I'm actually just going to protect the Amoonguss and Play Rough into the Kyogre. Alright, so there's the max Kyogre. And again, he's probably going to taunt. If he doesn't taunt, then he's just going to Tailwind, which is fine. I mean, speed control, there's nothing I can really do about that. Unfortunately, it's going to knock out the Zacian, but the Amoonguss still being alive has value. So there's the Protect. Hopefully he taunts. Okay, that was a good read. And then the Play Rough is gonna, get some good damage onto the Kyogre, so that's important. And then of course the attack is gonna drop, but Kyogre doesn't really matter. This will probably KO the Zacian because it is Rain. Wow, even with some HP bulk, it goes to show how powerful Kyogre is. But what I could do is I could bring in the Palkia, which is what I will do. So he taunted, but he didn't Tailwind. Now if I Rage Powder, and then he, yeah, I think I should just Rage Powder at this point, and I could try the Trick Room. I think I should Trick Room. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Alright, so there's a Rage Powder, so he's gonna get the taunt off, which is fine. I'll take the taunt unless he Tailwind. Oh, he's gonna Icy Wind. Okay, Icy Wind works. Alright, so move's gonna take some damage. Crit on Palkia. It's unfortunate. So we get speed drops, which is notable. Very good against Trick Room. There's a Lightning actually. This should be a move, so I'm actually gonna survive that. Okay. So the thing about Spore now is that Spore is not going to work because of the electric terrain. So I do have to keep an eye on that. So here's the Trick Room. Now I have the speed control. But we get the leftover 6, which is really some great value. Now since he didn't taunt, I mean I could protect the Amoonguss. And then I think I could just Quake into the Well, I have the Evolve on the back as well. But I do want to safely bring it in, so I think I should still max and get some start getting some special defense boosts. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so big max Palkia action. Here we go. And the special defense boost as well as the leftovers pick is going to be some really good value on Palkia. So even though I might not be able to be putting them to sleep because of the terrain, still pretty okay. I'm not in like the worst position. But I could still protect the Amoonguss, I could start switching out, especially into the Volto. There's a taunt, it's going to get blocked. And then I'm going to start quaking, so it's going to really help out a lot. not a lot of damage, but it's all about gaining out those special defense boosts. Those are very important because it's gonna be really good for me in the long run. Alright, so there's the Hailstorm and the Amoonguss probably. Okay. And now Hail is set up, which is really good for me because it's going to break the sash onto the tornadoes. Alright, so there's a sludge. I get a leftover stick and get some good life back. And now his max turns are over. Now what I do have to watch out for is of course the thunder. So I think at this point I could just switch out into the Volto and start snarling as well. I don't think there's any reason for him to leave the Kyogre in there. Or even the Thundurus. So what I'll do is I'm going to Wyrmwind into the Thundurus slot. I think that's the right move. But something is probably going to switch out on his side. And so there's Revolto. I think he's going to switch out the Kyogre. That's what I would do. There's Dark Aura. And it's still taunts, wow. Right, so that doesn't affect me because I'm a dark type. And then the Wyrmwind should be able to take out the... Okay, that's good. We get a KO. Right, so it does show the power of Trick Room. I got two attack drops onto Kyogre. There's the Origin Pulse. A lot of damage. That's so much damage. Even onto the Volto. Alright, so let's see what he brings in now. Looks like it's Groudon, yeah, Groudon. He sets up Sun. So what I'll do here is there's 2 more turns of Trick Room, there's 2 more turns of Electric Terrain as well. I can Protect. And I think I'm going to... Geyser? Should I just Wyrmwind? No, I think the Quake has more value. So I think I'll just Quake into the Kyogre slot. Yeah. It's safe to Quake into the Kyogre slot. There's a Protect on the Evolvo. And let's get a Quake boost. Probably not going to KO, but that's fine. Yeah, Kyogre is really bulky, so it shows me that it's probably going to solve that Kyogre. And I just have to hope that he doesn't hit the Thunder onto... Alright, there's the Rock Slide. That's going to miss. Well, that's going to be protected. Not enough damage. Origin Pulse is going to get blocked, and then Fairy's going to take a hit, but it's not going to do anything. Yeah. I have a lot of stab boosts, so there's a leftover stick. Now my max turns are over, and I have 1 more turn of Trick Room. Alright, so now that I have 1 more turn of Trick Room, and the sun is out, Origin Pulse should not kill the Volto if you play this right. So what I think I want to do is, I think I want to kill it. But let me think about that first. Because if I Tailwind, then my Palkia is probably going to outspeed after, and it doesn't seem like you can gain speed control. But the issue becomes that my Amoonguss is still going to be relatively slow. But I think the Tailwind still has a lot of value. And at this point, I could actually Earth I'll probably just run into the Kyogre. I should get the KO. So knock out the Kyogre. And now here's the Rock Slide. Sometimes Rock Slide can miss. Missed the Palkia, but it's gonna hit the Volt, so yeah, got the KO. Unfortunate. Big Groudon energy. Okay, so but we got leftover 6. We have some special defenses. And Palkia is really bulky. Thing about Groudon is that it's not really a good matchup against Palkia. But I bring back in the Amoonguss that's, you know, pretty much healed up because of the Regenerator ability. And let's see what his last mon is. Last mon is, oh wow, Cosmos. Okay. I think it's safe for me to just trick him. I don't think there's anything that he could do to stop that. I can Spore into the Groudon as well. I don't think he has anything that can kill it, unless he Fire Punches, so... Let's do this. Let's protect the Amoonguss, and let's just go for another Trick Room. Now, what he could also do is Trick Room my Trick Room. Which is something I definitely have to look out for, but... I mean, I think it's still worth it. So there's the protection to the Amoonguss. Probably gonna T-Blaze. Yep. Hopefully he doesn't get a crit onto the Palkia. That'll be pretty painful. Oh my god. That's such good damage. There's a Heat Wave. Get the Palkia, that's not gonna do anything. Hopefully no burn. Crit. Alright, then there's the Trick Room. So he was actually able to get a critical hit, which is, you know, not that great, but, you know, we can do about that. So there's a Sludge. And then we're going to start getting some leftovers fixed. Now since he Heat Wave, I really I have to Spore something. Now, the thing is that I do have to watch out for what he does Spore. I think the Groudon is more problematic. I'm gonna special rend into the Groudon as well. If he has Protect, then listen, he got it. But the Groudon is what the problem is gonna be, I believe. And then I also have to play around the potential weakness policy of the Necrozma. Protect Groudon? No, he protected the Necrozma. Okay, so I chose right. So this is Spore into the Groudon. And you have to take one turn of sleep. And now I take a special rend. Hopefully it takes about half. Okay, sounds about right. So he's asleep. And he doesn't have a Citrus Berry, which is really good for us. So there's the Sludge, and then there's the leftovers. See, the thing about leftovers and Black Sludge, I mean, you know, these leftovers do so many things like that. Oh, so these are leftovers Groudon. Interesting. I think he might have Bulk Up. So let's Spore into the Necrozma. And let's try to start getting some hits off of the Necrozma as well. Or actually, we could actually go after the Groudon. I think I'll do that. Brine is probably not going to KO because of Sun. So Brine is still pretty strong. So let's go for it. Alright, so this is 4. He has to be asleep for at least one turn, which helps us a lot. Okay. And there's the Brine. So it's probably not going to KO. Yeah, understandable. And hopefully he's still asleep. Okay, good. Oh, the Groudon woke up! Got the T-Blade. And it KOs the Palkia. Oh my gosh, this is such a bad spot. Oh man. It's wild. So wild. One turn wake up. Unbelievable. Well, at this point, all I can do is really Pollen Puff and try to get a KO into the Groudon. Probably not going to KO though. Now I'll probably lose for this time as well. Just throwing him out. It is Protect the Groudon. So this Groudon did have Protect actually. Yeah, so at this point it looks like he's going to get the win as well. There's a Sludge, and then he's going to go leftovers as well. Eventually, the thing is that, Trick Room is going to, I'm going to lose, yeah, one more turn of Trick Room. I mean, at this point, all I could do is, put the Groudon to sleep, and then the Crossman's probably going to wake up next turn. Try to go for the double protect. Doesn't work. So there's the points to the Groudon. Yeah, he's going to wake up in Heat Wave. Might get KO. Pretty big damage. Yeah, I mean at this point, I really don't have any outs. I mean, there's nothing I can do. So move this against two legendaries. But I'll protect just to see what other moves they have, so that the next time it's always good to scout. The types of things that they have. So, and then that Groudon has Keyblades, Protect, has Rock Slide, there's Sun Steel Strike. All right, so it has a has a Steel move as well. So yeah, played that pretty well. If we get a double protect, who knows? Let's see if we're lucky. I want to see what the fourth move of the Groudon is. Nope, no double protect. He's still snoozing, and Sun Steel Strike is probably going to get the KO. Okay. Well, yeah, he played that pretty good. Played that pretty well. The fact that the match was able to linger for so long because of those leftovers and special defense boosts, it did help me throughout the game. Unfortunately, really wasn't able to get the win. So, with all that said, I think we're gonna call it a night. Did have a lot of fun. We was on for about an hour and a half. So, listen, I really hope that you enjoyed the battles. I'm definitely going to put something, together, run a different type of team next time. Something that's probably really aggressive. It doesn't really rely on Trick Room. Something that's, that hits really hard. That, could, a lot of AoE damage type moves. So look out for the next video, because that team is going to be a lot of fun as well. So until next time, this is your boy King Daddy PC. Have a good night, my friends. Bye.